Welcome to Blairgowrie, one of the most charming, creative and adventurous towns in the heart of Scotland. Its cultural centre, the Well Meadow, touches all corners of town. And for a town that focuses on looking forwards, there's something reassuringly old-fashioned about this place. There's a lot of good reasons to explore Blairgowrie, and few are better than the fruit. And sitting 10 minutes away on the outskirts of town, looking for what I've been told is the best fruit in all of Scotland, is the berry bee. That's right, my second stop brings me to a giant strawberry sitting at the side of an open road, amongst a landscape, painted in polytunnels. Alright, this is where the magic is grown. And if you don't know by now, agriculture is a massive deal around here. The reason why is because Blairgowrie is home to the soft fruit growing industry. It's had a massive influence on where this town got its nickname, the Berry Town. And for the past 100 years, the Thompson family who own and live on these farms have been growing and sharing their space with other nearby farmers and growers to sell the fresh fruit by the punnet to people all over Scotland. In the late 18th century, at its height, 4,000 men and women, who were often seasonal travellers, were recruited to pick the fruit here, and they benefited from free housing, good wages, and hearty meals at low rates. They even had a dedicated train back then, the Raspberry Special Express service, that shipped thousands of tons of fruit to all corners of Britain from right here in Blairgowrie. Just when you think things couldn't get more delightful, I got the chance to meet the lady who oversees the entire place, Melanie Thompson. How did the strawberry come about, and what is it? What is it?
Aha. So this strawberry is our kiosk, which we use as our pop-up shop, really.
Okay.
And
right.
it's here from beginning of June through to the end of August. And so we buy in fruits from the locality that are grown, so the blackberries, the raspberries, the strawberries, and we also sell our own blueberries and cherries when they come on stream.
When we look at this farm and we look at its history and we look at the foundations of this place, how far back does everything go?
Aha. Well, it's quite a long time actually. There's been raspberries grown on Westfield Farm here since 1895, I think it was. So it's definitely more than 100 years. In fact, it's more like 125 years.
Really, 125 years?
The family company was mills originally and spinning with the flax and the jute and latterly synthetics, but that all stopped in 1979, and since then the business has really been carrying on the fruit growing that was always taking place in the land around the mills. So that's why our farms are sited where they are, is beside the mills, alongside the River Eric. If you look back at some of the old newspaper reports, basically the town was inundated with berry pickers from probably the beginning of July, usually when the raspberries started, for about 6 weeks till the middle of August, say, when they would finish. That was the short picking season, and it was a hub of activity. There was a big picking area out at S&D called the Tin City, and that was a development that had been started by, I think, the Hodge family originally, and getting together with other people and buying land and dividing it into small holdings so that people could grow. And there was a ready market for the fruit in those days. So it was a win-win situation for everybody.
Bursting berries, 100% natural Thomas Thompson, and it's a lovely little bottle, lovely colours. One of your fibre a day, and sugar me. Yes. You got to give it a wee sugar. Why did you come up with this? Why? What inspired you to do this?
It's a wonderful mix of 5 different berries that are all grown locally, and I suppose it's my answer to the boost of antioxidants that were, I suppose a few years ago, were being promoted with foreign berries. So for example, pomegranates juice or acai berries. These are all foreign fruits, which are very high in antioxidants, but people should know really that we have just as good fruits grown in the UK, which are also very, very high in antioxidants.
Smells really nice.
What I've done here is made a mix of 5 of the best, and so the 5 that I've got in this mix are raspberries, strawberries, black currants, red currants, and aronia.
Oh, that's fine.
If you take it as a shot, which is primarily what it was designed as, it gives you a real boost. And just, I think it sort of does somehow restore your energy. I don't know whether that's absolutely true, but I did have somebody once who was running a marathon, and so she took 8 with her, and she said she was convinced that it was the berry bees that got her through the marathon, so that was nice to hear.
It's that good. I've got it all over my face. No, that is beautiful. I really like that. That was lovely to meet you.
Very, very nice to meet you too.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and thanks for coming, Carl.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Pleasure
Thank you.
It's not often you get to spend some time with someone whose identity and sense of history is so embedded in a place.
The thing I love about Melanie is her kindness and the generosity that she shares with the people she meets. Her job isn't easy, but if it wasn't for all of the other farmers and local growers working together, there simply would be no Berry Tune.
Stories like these are the life and soul of any town, and it's this magical ingredient that connects people together through shared identity. And in this case, it's the berries, cherries, and handcrafted tartan. I'm continuing the journey along the open road, following the River Ericht upstream, where I'm greeted with fantastic architectural charm.
Oh, this has to be one of Blairgowrie's best kept secrets.
An abandoned road turned nature's eerie playground.
You know those movies where the dark comes out of the bushes and out of nowhere? Well, I'm waiting on one of them.
And a legendary castle, high up on a cliff, peeking out above a carpet of trees.
I think this one is Blairgowrie and Rattray's answer to Edinburgh Castle. So the next time you're travelling, slow down a little, visit the locals, and experience a magic that could only be found in the local towns and shires across Scotland. You don't have to come here. Just simply put the phone down, get on a bus, even if it's just to visit your granny. I promise you, there's magic to be found in that too.